What's up, YouTube? It's Onion Bomb here on Ascent Sports, and welcome to more NFL season predictions for NFL teams. All the teams we're doing each by division, so there's gonna be about 8 of these videos. Last time we did the AFC North. Today we're doing the AFC South. Now, this division was pretty stacked last year because we had the Texans win the division and we had the Colts be a wild card, and the Titans were very close to being a wild card. It was between them, and there's a battle, and Colts won it. So yeah, Jaguars were kind of bad last year, but they got some new players such as Nick Foles to see if maybe that hopes. They're definitely an upgrading quarterback from Blake Bortles, so that might make them a bit better. So yeah, before we do get started, I gotta say that this is all my predictions, and really, it's all for fun. There's no need to get mad at this. I know that stuff like this kind of will bring up some hate, and just to try to extinguish it again, remember, this doesn't really matter. It's just my prediction. I'm just seeing if I can predict what's gonna happen. It's just fun for me. So yeah, no need to get mad. Also, it really doesn't matter what I think teams are gonna do. It's only what really matters is what teams actually do and how they actually play. So yeah, remember what's important, and yeah, don't get too mad at these videos. Of course, I still expect some hate, just the nature of it, but yeah, I just thought maybe I'd try to extinguish it. So yeah, so without further ado, let's get into AFC South predictions. Alright, let's start off with the Indianapolis Colts. They got to the divisional round last year, beat the Texans in the wild card, and lost to the Chiefs. Seemed like they're a very good team, pretty good. A lot of people are having faith in this team. This is a lot of people's pick to win the division. I've seen a lot. I've seen all the way up to 13-3 for this team. I've seen a lot of 12-4, 7-5s. Me, I'm picking them at 9-7. I know people are gonna think I'm crazy, and this is if any team is gonna get some hate, it's this one. Or hate, it's gonna give me hate, it's this one. It's not that I even think the Colts are a bad team. No, I don't think they're a bad team at all. 9-7 is so decent. It's more of a wild card record than a division winner, but it has won divisions before. But it definitely is a wild card record team. So yeah, potential. We'll have to see how that fizzles out with my other predictions, of course. But yeah, I don't know. It's just how the matchups I chose, it just kind of came down to it. Wasn't trying to sleep on the Colts, but I guess I kind of am. So yeah, let's see. Week 1 hard game at the Chargers. I have them losing that, but then I have them winning against the Titans in Tennessee. I have them losing to the Falcons. I have faith in the Falcons this year. I think they're gonna be back. They kind of fell off last year. Then even with a bye week in there, going on a 4-game winning streak, beating the Raiders, even beating the Chiefs. I have them beating the Chiefs at home. I believe their playoff game was decently close, or at least gave me hope that they can compete with the Chiefs. Then I have them beating the Texans and beating the Broncos. I have them losing to the Steelers. I know I said last time, that this might be my biased pick as a Steelers fan, so yeah, that could go either way. Might not go the way I think, but just picking. I definitely have them beating the Dolphins. They have them losing to the Jaguars, Texans, and Tennessee. 3 divisional games in a row. I have them taking 3 L's there, just because I think they're just gonna trade off wins with each of their divisional opponents. I have them beating Tampa Bay. Then I have them losing to New Orleans Saints, because I just think the Saints are a better team than the Colts. And then I have them beating Carolina and beating Jacksonville. So yeah, finishing off with 2 wins against the Panthers and Jaguars. So that works out to 9-7. Honestly, maybe that's more of a worst case scenario for this team, but I think this is how it's gonna fizzle out. So yeah, could happen, could not happen. Probably do better, but yeah, that is just, once again, my prediction. All right, now let's move on to the Jacksonville Jaguars with Nick Foles at quarterback now, not Blake Bortles. How will that change their team? I think it's going to improve them, but not quite, really improve them. I've seen a lot of people have faith say the Jaguars are going to be back, they're going to be like, 10-6, 11-5, make the playoffs. I have them at 8-8. I think they're going to be a decent team, but just not there yet. So yeah. Have them losing to right off the bat to the Chiefs, the Texans, and the Titans. Chiefs, of course, just, they're the better team. Same thing with the Texans, their divisional rival. And the Titans have had their number for a while now, so I'm just going with that. Then I have them beating the Broncos and beating the Panthers, but then losing to the Saints. Then I have them beating the Bengals. I do believe they're better than the Bengals and will win against the Bengals. But I have them losing to the Jets. They probably should win that game. I have them kind of being like, kind of getting upset and kind of tweaking that game. But then they are going to get one over the Titans for their next... Sorry, not Titans. They're going to get one over the Texans next matchup after their bye week, and then come off the bye week and get one against the Colts for the first matchup. But then they're going to lose to the Titans again. I have them getting swept by the Titans because they've been doing it for a while. Even that really good year they had in 2017. Trust me, I know all about that one. They got swept by the Titans, and they got swept by the Titans last year. So yeah, I'm gonna have them getting swept by the Titans this year, but they're gonna bounce back and get a win over the Buccaneers, but then lose to the Chargers. But then they're gonna beat the Raiders, and they're gonna beat the Falcons. I know I said I have faith in the Falcons, but I just think the Falcons are going to choke to the Jaguars here. But then they're going to end it off and lose against the Colts because I don't really want the Jaguars to sweep the Colts. I definitely don't think that's going to happen. So, yeah, Jaguars are going to get one on the Colts and the Texans and lose one to them, and they're going to get swept by the Titans. So, yeah, that's why I think Jaguars are going to be 8-8. Defense is going to still be really good. Offense is going to be better, but still struggle, and it's not going to be there yet. This is definitely progress. The Jaguars might be back soon, but just not quite yet, I say. Okay, next up we have the Houston Texans, a team that I personally think everyone is sleeping on. They won the division last year, even though they had a first round exit in the wild card round. I think nothing really happened unless there's an injury or something that I'm missing. I just don't think the Texans are gone yet. I think they're a decent team, and I have them going 10-6. Will it be winning the division? I'll let you know once I show you the Titans predictions, but we're on the Texans. So they're going to start week 1 with a loss just because the Saints are going to beat them in their home field. But then they're going to beat the Jaguars. But then they're going to lose to the Chargers. Tough starting teams. But then they're going to go on a 3-winning streak. Panthers, Falcons, and even going to beat the Chiefs. They're going to beat those 3 teams. But then they're going to lose to the Colts. They're going to beat the Oakland Raiders. And then they're going to lose to the Jaguars. Have their bye week. Come off that. Beat the Ravens. And then beat the Colts again. They're going to lose to New England. The Patriots definitely know how to beat certain teams, and I think the Texans is going to be one of them here, even though the Texans are pretty good. Just how they have been able to beat the Steelers for a while. I think the Chargers, Phillip Rivers 0-9 against him or something. I think they're going to still lose to the Patriots here, but they're going to beat the Broncos, lose to the Titans, and finish off with a win against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and in the second round against the Titans, two kind of very close to each other in a 3-week span. They're going to win that last one because they're going to be fighting for playoffs, division. I think they're just going to do it, and they're going to finish off 10-6. So I do have the Texans being better than the Colts and the Jaguars. this year, and why don't I just reveal it now? I have them winning the AFC South this year. I think they're gonna do it again 2 years in a row. I just don't think they went anywhere. Yes, their division is still stacked, it even said more so, but I think they are going to win the division for 2 straight years. I've seen a lot of people have the Colts, but I don't think the Texans have gone anywhere yet. I think the Colts are still a good team, but I think the Texans may be a little bit better. So, yeah. And while I just see that, the last team, Tennessee Titans, I have also going 8-8. Usually the Titans have been going like 9-7. They've been going 9-7 for a while. I have them going one less than that and 8-8. Losing to the Browns week 1, losing to the Colts, beating the Jaguars. Like I said, they have their number. I have them losing to the Falcons, losing to the Bills. Even probably should win that, but that's kind of like a tweaking upset game. I do have them still beating the Broncos. I think I have the AFC South sweeping the Broncos. I have them losing to the Chargers. I have them beating the Buccaneers. I have them beating the Panthers. But I think the Titans are going to lose to the Chiefs. After the bye week, they're going to come off, even after being wonky. They're going to have a 4-game winning stretch. One against the Jaguars, sweeping them. One against the Colts. And then one against the Raiders. And then one against the Houston Texans. But then they're going to finish it off with 2 more losses. Losing to the Saints and then losing to the Texans for the second game. So I have the Titans sweeping the Jaguars and beating the Texans and Colts once and losing to them once. So yeah, I have this division being pretty even, but with like switching off wins and losses against each other. I just think there's a lot of competition here. So yeah, when the worst record is a 8-8, I do think that's kind of like, a stacked division, as this one is this coming season. I believe so, at least. So yeah, that is my AFC South predictions. In a little bit of a summary, I have the Texans winning the division at 10-6 in second place. The Colts 9-7 in third place. The Tennessee Titans at 8-8, and in fourth place, Jaguars also going 8-8, but finishing in fourth because they get swept by the Titans, who have the same record as them. So I do have the Texans looking like they're winning the division, going to the playoffs. Will the Colts make it to the wild card? We'll have to see. So I forgot to mention in the AFC North video, I am going to do a playoff and Super Bowl prediction after I finish all this. So yeah, look out for that. Hopefully I can get this all wrapped up and done before the regular season actually starts. And once it starts, I'm going to be doing week by week game predictions. So yeah, very exciting and very fun for me. So that's pretty much it. That was the AFC South predictions for the 2019 season. Of course, there's probably going to be disagreement with like the Colts or maybe even more than that. So feel free to discuss that in the comments. Let me know. You don't have to let me know in like a harsh way, a hateful way. Just, let me know your opinion, because we all have different opinions. So, yeah. Next time, we'll be doing the AFC West. But for now, that's going to do it for me. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like or dislike, subscribe or don't subscribe. And it's always up to you. And I'll see you guys in the next video you watch of me. Goodbye.